defenders of Seoul, hear me now!
The landscape for Destiny 2 content creators has changed. I made a video about this trend last year. Feel free to check it out. I wanted to revisit this topic and speak on it in greater detail. Destiny 2 is falling off a cliff, and the long walk through the content desert has begun in earnest. Now, this isn't a typical Destiny is dying video. It's more of a Destiny 2 is being mishandled video. There are consequences to actions and inaction. The curators of Destiny 2 have somehow managed to fit into both categories. And for content creators as well as players, the consequence is immense and far-reaching. Let's get into it. Content creation is part of a symbiotic relationship along with the game and players. We all feed off of each other. The game is made by the developer, players play the game, content creators promote the game, albeit in very different ways. For example, Destiny has loads of content creators that break down weapons, exotic armor, build crafting, how to game tutorials, lore. You get the idea. It is a well-known fact that development studios have relationships with certain content creators. Could be your favorite creator fits that description. They get benefits from these relationships, such as advanced gameplay privileges, along with other perks. One hand washes the other. That's just, how the cake is made. For these advanced or early access play get-togethers, these creators have a leg up on other creators to, create game content and talk about things in the game that you don't know even exist yet or are about to come out. Tuesday is reset day in Destiny usually, and within 30 minutes to an hour, we are getting full breakdown vids from your big content creator of choice. How are they cranking out high-quality videos that fast that cover just about everything that just came out in the TWID or TWAB, without advanced knowledge? I'm not sure how many of you know the ins and outs of YouTube, but uploading videos takes time. A 10-minute video takes far longer than 10 minutes to upload. But for all that to work and come together, the writing, the gameplay, the research and insight, the editing, you need a viable and healthy game to play. Something to get good, compelling gameplay from. Most importantly, though, you need an interested audience. The thing about it is, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, believe it or not, content creators wield a great amount of influence and sway. In some cases, large content creators can make or break certain games. Now say it out loud with me. With great power comes... Yep, you know the deal. Some content creators will use that influence for the betterment of the community and the game. Honest reviews, pure unadulterated game content for the love of the game. I believe that most content creators start out that way, a sort of innocence about them. Then somewhere along the line, as their channels grow, they become corrupted. I'm calling it as I see it. I've been following enough creators to see it happen. The subtle changes in content and personality, the brand deals, the hype, the gamer supplements, all of the trappings and the bullshit that comes with it. Every video is brought to you by some wallet, VPN, or over-caffeinated supplement to keep you sharp while you play. Now, this is the part where somebody in the comment section is invariably going to say I'm hating or some crap like that. To them I say, you couldn't be more incorrect if you tried. Telling the truth and speaking honestly is not hating. I'm making points about how content creators should take better care of the game they are making money from. It keeps the game healthy when the largest speakers can get the message through to the actual developer or publisher on the state of the game from the consumer's standpoint. Suckling on the teat of the publisher or developer does not help the community, only the content creator. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that creators shouldn't be compensated for their creations. Not at all. I'm saying that as creators, we should feel a certain sort of duty to the community that supports us, whether it be monetarily or just views and comments. Does every video have to be sponsored? How many commercials can you fit into a 10 to 15 minute video? In that duty, you should be able to criticize the game or praise it honestly where needed and warranted. We owe that to the viewers. Without the viewers, without you, the sponsorships and game supplement deals all of it are non-existent. Some of these large creators have forgotten where they came from. Perhaps they never really cared, and all they were or are is about the money. Now, in full transparency, do I want to make money off this channel? Yes. Would I take a sponsorship? Yes, if it's the right one. For me, it has to make sense and add value to what I do for you, to the videos I make for you. It can't be some random product that is disingenuous, to the game. I'm not here to push product just for the sake of making a buck. I'm not a sellout. So that should take care of the people, that want to say, I'd do it too. So I'll probably not be sponsored, and that's cool too. But along with me, there will be quite a few larger content creators that won't be either. The well is drying up, my friends. If these mega channels are to survive in their current state, then they had better hope that Bungie pulls a rabbit out of its corporate ass, and soon. The transition to different games isn't going too well for a good amount of these creators. Now, they're all sprinkling in content from, other games to see where you as Destiny players will go. Will you follow them to another game for the content or for the personality? If Destiny does die out, what game or games will you play? Type it in the comments section. Will you even play games anymore, as some of you are aging out of games? Will you take a break like some of these creators that are phasing down the channels, to find themselves? How long will you follow them if they play a game that you are not really into? I don't know about you, but a lot of these creators are all about the bells and whistles and short on meaningful game content, especially on Twitch. Now they have to figure out a new way to pay for that G-Wagon or 4-room expansion on their house. While I am truly grateful for the audience that I have, we all have different niches. You lovely people have let me create videos about the people who make the game and cover it. A larger overall view, I'd like to think, with a spotlight focused here and there. Would I like to see a Destiny 3? Yes, indeed. It should have happened 2 years ago, really. I think there was a more receptive audience for it back then as opposed to now. The community has become more cynical as the many missteps and myriad of controversies at Bungie and Activision have come to light. They have taken a huge toll on the community's, reserve of goodwill and patience. Bungie has managed to mishandle this game over the years to the point where players just don't want to play Destiny 2 anymore, or at least not play it often. The numbers are not lying. Once a titan of the industry, Destiny 2 has lost its luster among gamers. The glory days have long since passed. Bungie studio heads have managed to squander the spirit of the community time and time again by lying to them, by delaying, denying, and sweeping issues under the rug and kicking the can down the road. More players than ever are leaving the game. Even more alarming is that the low player population has dipped to its lowest point ever for this game. This reality is brought to you by the makers of Destiny 2, Bungie. For this, or for some, this is a money game. This is how they feed their families and pay their bills. For the last 8 or 9 years, the money was pouring in for larger creators. You know who they are already, so I don't have to tell you. Now, with the downfall of the game and ever-decreasing player population, naturally the money starts to dry up as the views start to dwindle. If you've built your livelihood on the back of Destiny 2, I hope you saved for a rainy day. You're going to need it. There is a certain amount of irony here in that just a few years back, if you had a diversified game content channel, you were almost certainly destined to be a small or smallish channel. Now that the chickens are coming home to roost, the mega channels are scrambling to become multi-game channels, at least until they can find a new audience and a game. My, how times have changed. It's your time, and I thank you for sharing it with me. Have a great day.
It's bleeding out of the Traveler. Light and darkness venting into open space over Earth. We designated a no-fly zone within 100 kilometers of the Aurora, enforced by Alliance cruisers. So far, no one has tested it. During the initial formation of the Aurora, a piece of anomalous matter erupted from the Traveler, moving away at relativistic speeds. We tracked one out to a distance between Neptune and Jupiter, in the orbital path of Nessus. Then we lost track of it. I've got hunters in the field investigating.
Thank you, Crow. I'll leave it to you.
Copy that. I'm headed back out into the field myself. I need to see if I can pick up Fickrell's trail. Find out what's going on with the Scorn.
Keep me updated. And